Word families. This video will be a quick introduction to the idea of word families and tell you a little bit about how you can use this to help you build your vocabulary. All right, a word family is a group of words that share a similar root. A root is just kind of the core or the base of the word that has some kind of meaning. A lot of words in English have roots that come from Latin or Greek. It can be really beneficial to study word roots because it can really help you build your vocabulary if you know a lot of word roots, and it can help you to recognize unfamiliar words as you're reading a text. So learning word roots in English is a really great vocabulary strategy. Now, word families are built by adding prefixes and suffixes to the root of the word. Now, if you're not sure what a prefix or a suffix is, go back and watch my other video about prefixes and suffixes, and then come back and watch this about word families. Learning the word family of a new vocabulary word can help you build your vocabulary even faster. Imagine this: if you know one word and you start to add prefixes and suffixes to that word, based on your knowledge of prefixes and suffixes, then all of a sudden, instead of just learning one new word, you might learn 3 or 4 or 5 or 10, depending on how big that word family is. So it's a great way to really boost your vocabulary. Okay, let's look at an example. So a word family is kind of like a family tree, right? How many members of your family are there? How big is your family tree? We're going to look at the family tree or the word family of bene. Bene is a Latin root that means good. Well, you might already be thinking of a word that you know. How about benefit, right? Benefit, a good thing, an advantage. This is a noun that comes from this root. But you might also think, well, hey, I also know that that can be used as a verb. You're right. It can be used as a verb as well. So even though they're spelled the same and pronounced the same, they technically are two different words. You might also know the adjective form beneficial. So again, similar meaning, something good, but used as an adjective. Well, if you know prefixes and suffixes, you know the suffix ly can make an adverb. So now we have the same thing again, right? That same meaning, something good, doing something good, or doing something in a good way in the case of the adverb. And here are a lot of other examples of words that also belong to the bene word family: benign, benefactor, benediction, benevolent, beneficiary. All really great words to add to your vocabulary, and all have a similar meaning because of that. They share that root. So now let's try some of these examples. Look at some of these word roots: differ, understand, succeed, believe. And I want you to think about any prefixes or suffixes that you could add to make a new word and build your word family for each of these roots. So let's start with differ. Go ahead and think of any prefixes or suffixes you know for differ. Pause the video and try to think of some. Did you come up with some? Great. Let's look at a few examples. How about ence, difference, the noun form? Or maybe you came up with ent, the adjective form. Did you add ly also to make an adverb? Or maybe you added in, indifferent, to change the meaning, not different. There might be other possibilities that you came up with. Those are just some examples. Okay, so now try again with understand. Go ahead and pause your video. All right, what did you come up with? How about misunderstand, right? To understand incorrectly. Or did you maybe come up with some suffixes like understandable, the adjective form? Did you add ly to get understandably? Great. Okay, try again with succeed. Go ahead and pause your video. Did you think of some? How about these? Did you think of success, the noun form? Or maybe you added ful to get successful. How about ly? Again, right? Always easy to add to an adjective to get an adverb, successfully. Or maybe you added unsuccessful to mean not successful. All right, let's try one more example with believe. Go ahead and pause your video to think of some examples. Wow, that was fast. Great job. All right, what did you come up with? Maybe some of these examples. Did you add F to change it to the noun form, belief? Maybe you added a prefix, disbelief, not believing. Or maybe you added an adjective ending, believable. Or another prefix, unbelievable. Great job. Again, there might be a lot more examples that you came up with. These are just a few examples of how you can take the root of a word and build your word family. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please post to the discussion board or send me an email.